What is up, everybody? Wagme Capital here, doing a not a special, but a different video, not our usual day trading SPY video. But here we had a couple of swing trades that we put in on the books today. I want to go over what they are, how I spotted them, how I'm looking at them, and just kind of analyze my thought process in general. So the first, these are my list. So Boeing, SOFI, Airbnb. Let's start with Airbnb and SOFI are the two I took, so we'll look at those. Okay, so first of all, I'm looking at the weekly chart, okay? And on this weekly chart, so this is Monday. Today's Monday. This is just a day's candle, right? It says 3 days, 23 hours left on this candle to close. But so this is last week's, and we see it's an inside candle. So what does an inside candle mean? A lot of trapped traders. So this tells me that there's an opportunity for it to kind of break out either way, right? It can either break out above or below. That's what these two white lines are the high and the low of this candle. So today we open here, gap below. So I took puts, and we got all the way up to 200% on these on the first day. And so if you can see, so SPY had a really big rally, right? So SPY, let's see if I can delete these, but SPY opened down here, huge gap down, and then actually closed not only as a green candle, but above last week's close, right? Airbnb, some real relative weakness, stayed red below last week's close. But so here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an inside candle. I'm seeing this downtrend. And then this green line, both of these green lines are key levels of support and resistance. So Airbnb, this is the weekly chart, not that many candles. They haven't been public for that long. So it's actually easy to look at. But here, look at this green line here. So this candle touches, this candle touches, this candle wicks below, can't close below. This one wicks to, closes above. Here we have wicks above, can't close above, touching, touching. This one breaks back down below, touching right here, wicks close. This one can't close below. Like there's just a lot of action at this green line, right? So that tells me there's a lot of support and resistance. Like just look at this candle, like it's a red, 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 red. It can't close below. It gets to it, can't close below. And then this one is just kind of like, the bottom. Like if anyone's ever bought Airbnb ever and you break below this line, basically, except for these people buying on this wick, like everyone's in the red. And so, that tells me what? If we break below this and everyone's in the red, people are going to be buying. Or I'm sorry, they're going to be selling, right? Like imagine you buy a share at 130 and then the stock drops to like 125, you're in the red. You're like, I'm selling this, man. Like, I don't want to lose more money. Market's going down. I'm selling this. What does that tell you? It makes it spiral even harder, creates downward pressure even more to make the stock tank even more. And so that's what I'm seeing with these key levels. That's what I'm seeing with the setup of Airbnb. It's on a downtrend. Now, obviously, if you break above this, that's a bullish sign. But right now, this is like little hammer candle, could be kind of bullish, but, relative weakness to SPY. Yeah, it's a hammer and we recovered from these lows, but we still closed as a red candle. We still closed below last week's candle. So a lot of time. I took these a month out, I think February 11th, so maybe not quite a month out. Feb 11 expiry. So we'll see, like a lot of time, and time will tell, but that is what I'm seeing on this setup. Now for the other one I took, SOFI, similar. Instead of an inside candle, it's an outside candle. The whites are the highs and lows of this. And I was looking to set up my own levels, but like these highs and lows are pretty key levels, like, right? A lot of wicks below, a lot of touches, can't break above, can't break below, can't break below. Can't break below, can't break above. Like it's just a lot of touches on this key level. And then similar to Airbnb, the bottom of this is kind of like, see ya. Like, you know what I mean? Like if we break below this, there's not a lot of people who have bought below this. So there's going to be a lot of sell pressure here. So I actually, we broke below barely. So if we go to today's chart, we were below barely, but it got triggered. I'm in on the puts. So unlike Airbnb, right, which we said had relative weakness, like this had some pretty good strength. Like it opened in range of last week. Yeah, it dropped below, but like closes a green candle. Looking good. So SoFi, not as good of a setup, but again, just like Airbnb, it looks like a good setup, but we got 3 weeks. Who knows? This could be the same, but the other way. Like this looks like maybe it's a bullish chart. Like we're still on a downtrend. It's just one day. Like I'm not that worried, but there's just a lot of time. Like a lot can happen. So we'll just stay posted on this. But that's just what I'm seeing in these setups. I just thought not only is it an outside candle, inside outside candle, but just like the key levels of support that they happen to be around are just very, very important levels for these two tickers. Another reason, and this is just an important, just in general point, is taking these puts gives me a little bit of a hedge against my normal stock, like long-term investing portfolio. So if we look at SPY, it is, you know, reached an all-time high, I think on January 4th, right? All-time high here, January 4th, which is what, 480. And now we're down to, well, let's close up, but we were down all the way. The low of this is 420. So that's, you know, 480 to 420. That's a 6. That's almost 20% down in like less than a month from its all-time high. Now, if you zoom out, like, you know, I mean, it's spot. It's definitely on an uptrend, but we're seeing a dip here. And so, sorry, let me delete all this stuff. This was from my previous video if you guys want to go check that out. But basically, my point is my long-term investments, I'm long SPY, right? Like I think over the next, not over the next week, month, I'm talking my long-term portfolio over the next year, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 50 years. Like I'm long SPY. Like I just, can we do longer? So if we do a month, if you look, I mean, general uptrend, right? You have cycles like climb, dip, climb, dip, climb, and then we're in, this is from 08, like obviously a ripping bull market. But over time, I just want to be long SPY, and taking these puts like shorter term, like month or two out, is a good way to hedge against that. So if SPY is going down, my long-term portfolio is down, well, hey, at least I'm banking on these puts that I'm taking. So that's part of my rationale too. Maybe not the most sound. You don't just want to be taking puts as a hedge, like even though you think it's going to go up or whatever, but that's kind of what I'm thinking on these. I just like the setup, the weekly candle. Again, we're on the weekly chart, inside, outside candles, key levels. We're feeling good about these, but stay tuned. We'll keep track of them over the next coming weeks. But just want to let you guys know we're in on a couple swing trades. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks. Hope you guys learned something, and we'll see you again tomorrow.